Hi there, I'd like to wish you all a happy new year. This is a quick video on my new antenna, a G5RV, which has been set up in my new QTH. Now the reason for this is because at my old QTH, which is actually pretty close by, there was only room for a broadband vertical, the SE X80, which was always a big compromise. G5RV is much less of a compromise, and it's mounted with 3 8-meter fishing poles that I bought from Decathlon. They were about 10 quid each. In fact, the whole, well, there was over, I think about 12 quid. The whole lot came to less than 50 quid, or less than 40 quid actually. Actually, I think they're 7 meters, but they're about 1 meter off the ground, and you can actually see that the far end, or the front end, is actually quite close to the house, but that's a matter of having to, because this antenna's over 100 feet long. So you can see by the gate there's a pole, and the end is very close to the house, which isn't ideal, but as I said, there's no way around that. And then it runs along, it's as high as the guttering, to the center point with the ladder line, and then the third pole in the corner of the garden. So there you go, that's the ladder line. And I've already made a quick QSO to a guy in Germany on 50 watts. I called him and he responded immediately, and my report was 20 over 9, straight out of the box, so to speak. So there you go. So I'm really happy that finally I've got a decent antenna for HF. It's a bit saggy now. It was even saggier than this, but what we've done is we've run the end of each kind of dipole section just down the fishing pole just a little bit to tighten everything up a little bit. So it's not perfect, but it's better than it was. So yeah, so I'm very happy with that. And right now I'm monitoring a guy, an operator in Georgia, on he's on 20 meters. So listen, I'll do another video on the new shack, which at the moment is just basically boxes. I don't know if he's still operating or not. And there he is.
Your name being Jim. I got it all okay, Rob. 73s. DX and 4 Golf Nancy Radio. UK station, call something.
So what's interesting is that comparing this signal on the G5RV to a Wellbrook loop, which is at the bottom of the garden, when I used to compare my vertical to the Wellbrook loop, there were signals you can hear on the Wellbrook loop that you literally couldn't hear anything on the vertical at all. But with this comparison, with the G5RV, you can still
what's the name?
hear the signal.
Delta, your name?
So there you go. So this is the same operator in Georgia with the Wellbrook loop.
A lot of people calling, a lot of people breaking in, which doesn't surprise me. Tony, have a good weekend, and once again, Happy New Year. Go ahead.
So that's the Wellbrook loop. I'll go back to G5RV, and I still think, like I said, comparing Wellbrook loop with the vertical at the old QTH, often you couldn't hear anything on the vertical, but you could hear signals clearly on the loop. Here they're much more similar.
So that's been, oh boy, what, 12 years ago? No, 22 years ago.
So there you go.
Time is really...
That guy in Georgia booming in. So there you go. I just thought I'd share that with you. So a lot more to do to set the shack up, and I will do a video on that. Yeah, it's good to have more space, and it's good to finally have a sort of decent antenna to use on HF. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Happy New Year.